elbow by Fitch.
Best submission offense in UFC history, and we've seen some examples of it from Fitch tonight.
Silva's trying to spin for an armbar. Telegraphed. Fitch is right out of it.
Out of under 3 now remains in this fight. Both men have gone after it.
Fitch has got his back again. Still doesn't have that second hook in. Both men exhausted. And John has got a hand across the neck, but he doesn't have the choke. He's just on the chin. But this can really mess with the breathing of Erick Silva. Now he's on top of him, beating the body.
For young Erick Silva, this fight is very much like when a young George St. Pierre fought Matt Hughes. And then years later, GSP becomes one of the most dominant champions ever.
Well, this is a real wake-up call for him.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, he fights like he has no respect for his opponents. You got to respect a guy like John Fitch. You got to respect this guy's grappling. You got to respect his heart, his determination, and you got to respect his record. And he's getting beat up because he didn't.
And his UFC experience, the men he has fought in the UFC.
This is
Look
what
to finish it here.
I have to fucking replay it because it's a fucking piece of shit.
Right side, he's got an arm triangle, Mike. A very clear arm triangle. The cage is in the way, though. If Fitch can push him off away from that cage, the right arm of Erick, especially now that Erick is so tired. This has been a dominant display.
Fitch has had to fight through a couple of good submission attempts, but this is John Fitch 101 right here.
You know, Mark Goddard might stop this fight because Erick Silva's not doing anything. He's telling him to fight back. There's the elbows by Fitch. And they don't have 100% power behind him because Fitch is exhausted, but he is absolutely relentless with this attack.
Full mouth, just over 40 seconds left. 130 significant total strikes thrown. Unbelievable. He's warning him.
He's saying you got to do something. He's going to stop. This could be it. If Fitch can muster the energy for some really hard shots here, he can end this fight. And Erick Silva's trying to get out the back door. This
Over
could be
100 ground strikes thrown by John Fitch. Final seconds remain in this battle.
He's going for a front choke. He's going for a
Lift
front
him
choke.
with the choke they're calling. It keeps the distance.
Dominant display by John Fitch.
Wow.
And look at the dejected look in the eyes of Erick Silva. What a look of disappointment in that young man's face.
John Fitch. 14th UFC victory if he does indeed get the decision. Erick Silva, young, promising prospect, but he got overwhelmed by one of the best for a long time in Fitch tonight. Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go. I mean, it was that close to being over. With Erick Silva trying to finish in Fitch, trying to finish with an armbar. Back and forth submission attempts. And in the third round, ground and pound extraordinaire. 108 ground strikes thrown by John Fitch. And the choke attempt by Silva. Silva put up what he could against John Fitch, but Fitch, the walk-on, who ended up being a captain at Purdue during his wrestling career, reminded us what has defined his character throughout his time in the octagon. Our Metro PCS judges call is brought to you by Metro PCS. UFC is moving to Metro. Everybody is moving to Metro. With the official decision, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, John
Unanimous decision victory for John Fitch.
I'm here with the winner, John Fitch. John, you came into this fight with your back against the wall, facing one of the most promising prospects in this division, and you put on a dominant performance tonight. How happy are you?
John, estou aqui com o vencedor John Fitch. John, você entrou aqui basicamente enfrentando os maiores oponentes aqui que tinha uma das pessoas mais promissoras e você conseguiu dominar toda a luta.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. I would have beat anybody tonight. I don't care what class or who it was. My family needed this win, and I needed this win, so I had to do what I had to do.
Não me importa, eu tinha que entrar aqui, eu tinha que vencer, minha família precisava dessa vitória, eu precisava dessa vitória, então não importa quem fosse, eu ia vencer.
The fight wasn't without drama, and there was a point in time where you had your back and had a really deep choke sunk in, and you showed once again why you're considered to be one of the very best at defending submissions in this sport.
Tinha uma hora que ele estava por trás de você, ele estava com o matalhão quase que encaixado, e você mostrou por que você é uma das pessoas mais fortes em hora de submissão nesse esporte.
Yeah, I knew I was safe there. Extremely difficult to finish. I mean, before the BJ Penn fight, I spent hundreds of hours just with people on my back, top black belts, and I'm very comfortable there, and I knew